Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm so glad you're joining me today. We are going to be creating another page in my art journal, verse journal. I don't know what you want to call it, but I love doing this just to help remind me of certain verses and different things that I've worked on, and just how God is still teaching me and showing me things. Today this is going to be about the verse in, I know I'm making a ton of noise, I'm so sorry. I was not as prepared as I thought I was. Always the case. The verse, Matthew 5 verse 44, but I tell you this, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. And it's really, I want to remember what the word bless means and really how to consistently bless people. And it just means to speak well of them. So I am just taking a piece of cardstock and I've covered it with some Tim Holtz paper. It's from one of his wallpaper backgrounds. And I am, of course, distressing it with the Tim Holtz Distress inks, just kind of grunging up the sides, making it a little rough, and doing the opposite of what a blessing probably would do. But I love the look of all the grunge. But really, this is, like I said, this just kind of helps me remember to bless people. This little girl is one I did just in watercolor, so that's just, I just cut her out, and she's holding a little heart. I just thought it was really appropriate for remembering to bless people, that you are loving them when you speak well of them and to them. Our voice has a lot of impact. What we are saying to people and what we are saying about people and just what we are saying in general has a lot more of an impact on our attitude, on their day than we realize. I'm just putting some little foam, like pop-up sticker tape pieces on the back of this so that it'll pop off the card really well, and taking forever to pull the backs off of those because there's no easy way to do those. And then I'm just gonna place it on the card, which, hindsight, I probably should have made the back of the card before I did this, but I didn't think that one all the way through. So I've got my little girl down, and just trying to play around a little bit and seeing if there was something else I wanted to add to that card. Turns out I did not, because she took up a lot of room. Now, this little envelope is one from the that little berry box from Illustrated Faith, the little Advent stuff. I cannot tell y'all how many Advent things, kits I've bought over the years and then just never do them. I'm just finally discovered now what I need for me, and in being creative in this kind of scriptural way. So I'm using all those old pieces I had, and I just kind of tore it. I used some more of the paper to cover that number on there. I'm going to tear that and then ink it all up, get it all grungy. But it works perfect for this because there's a little more room to that envelope than a typical envelope. So, like I was saying about blessing, if you watch just even in this art process of really grunging up the sides of things and, putting that distress ink on there and making things a little bit dirty. We can do that with our words, and that is not what God wants us to do with our words. Instead, He wants us to create, beautiful, safe places with our words. He wants us to be a blessing, even to those who may not be blessing us, even to our enemies, that the ones that persecute us, the ones that speak ill of us. We still need to be a people who bless, who speak well of, who are mindful of what our words are creating and that atmosphere around us because of our words. So, this is a good reminder for me when I'm looking through this journal, and you'll see now I've got a stencil, and it's just random hearts all over it. So no really rhyme or reason to where I'm putting them, just kind of covering that paper in those hearts with some more of the distress ink. And I have no idea where that stencil is from because it is really old. So I've had it around for a while. It is just great. I use it in my bullet journal. I use it in, I've used it in a planner. I've used it in this. It's just it's a little handy little thing. So, and then I've, adding a little bit more distress ink in that pinkish color. I could not tell you what color that is. Probably candied pink. I think that's the one I used the most. And to just, make sure that kind of, there was a consistency there. So I've also got a flower piece from the Tim Holtz, that same collection of the vintage wallpaper. It was kind of a pack, and I'll link that below. And it had some ephemera and the paper pieces in it. And I have used the mess out of that little pack. I love it. But, we got to distress all of it. We got to ink up all the sides. And so just adding that back behind there. When I think about blessing people and just in that speaking well of, and it's been a little bit difficult. I kind of studied this verse in February. March came along and just tried to wipe us all out. It's just been a heck of a month, and here we are in April, and it seems to have continued on. And sometimes I get very, I have to really remind myself to bless people lately, just because, people have made things more difficult. Like we had, our car was wrecked, and it's just been a mess. And my daughter's, her car, the motor blew up in it. So, it's been one thing after another. And so there's times I really do not want to bless people. They're having to make all the phone calls and all the, get answers and all that kind of stuff. It's just been not fun at times. And so this is, again, such a good reminder that even though it is not all rainbows and sunshine and flowers and hearts, my words can create that regardless of the situation. So that is why I covered this thing in hearts and flowers and all the good stuff. So I just got a piece of, it's the Craft dot grid paper from an Archer and Olive notebook. And I wrote the verse out, Matthew 5:44. And I also wrote a couple of little things on there. It says, we will have enemies. Respond in love, but this must go beyond non-retaliation and into just an actual positive love of a person. And just in a big kind of lettering block, so I would really think about it. We are to love, bless, do good, and pray. That's what Matthew 5:44 is telling us. Just to love, bless, do good, and pray. And so I've written that out on the back and glued it to the back of the card with the little girl on it. And then on the front, you'll see me here. I've got some old notebook paper that I'm putting the word bless on, lettering that out, and lettering out the definition of to speak well of. And I'm going to put that on the front of the journaling page and tuck that in there so that it's that's the first reminder for me, is what this page is about blessing people with my words to speak well of. So I'm going to let this finish playing out. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you, just kind of join in on the creativity and learning and letting me know what God's showing you and what He's sharing with you. Because, man, once some of these verses, once I started learning them, God's really been testing me on them and what, if I can really walk it out. So that's good. That's how faithful God is with us, that He cares enough for to teach us and to give us the practice. So I guess that's it for me. I will link all the products used below, and I will see you guys next week. Enjoy the rest of the video.